At 2 in the morning, a girl suddenly added me on WhatsApp. I'm your boyfriend's girlfriend. My heart sank. I accepted the friend request. She sent a photo of Liam sound asleep, and I calmly replied, "Are you the third, or am I?" She replied with a let's be open-minded emoji and said, "Neither. Actually, you're the fourth, and I'm the fifth, me, she. Are you free tomorrow? Let's go find the second and third later." The four of us created a group chat. Not only did we spend that idiot wealthy heir Liam's money ruthlessly, but we also frequently met up to play poker. Until's family started pressuring him to get married, we decided to go big. At 2 in the morning, I had just finished writing and was about to turn off my computer when someone suddenly added me on WhatsApp with the note, "I'm your boyfriend's girlfriend." My first reaction was that it was a prank. Besides me, how could Liam have a girlfriend? Although he was handsome and rich and never lacked female admirers, it pretty much trained him over the 2 years we'd been together. He was even planning to meet the parents and discuss marriage. How could he possibly cheat? Absolutely impossible. Just as I was about to delete the friend request, the other person sent another message. Or rather, one of his girlfriends. "Oh, so that's how it is, huh?" I wanted to see who was playing games. I decisively accepted the friend request. Just as I was about to speak, the person directly sent a photo of Liam sound asleep. Huh? What's going on? How is this possible? Didn't he say his maternal uncle had passed away, and he went back travel for a family funeral? This photo must be fake, right? Before I could react, the person sent more than a dozen intimate photos, one after another, some of them, probably taken in bed. The girl in the photos was very cute, with round, big eyes and a round face, mostly wearing adorable little dresses. A very typical anime-inspired aesthetic. It was a completely different style from me, a glasses-wearing homebody. From the pictures, they had gone to Disney together, to the aquarium, and to a resort town in Florida. No, what was she trying to tell me by sending these? Before I could ask, she spoke first. "Hey sis, isn't it wild? Our boyfriends are actually the same person. What a huge coincidence." What kind of tone was that? Was she challenging me? I asked her directly, "Are you the third, or am I?" She replied with a let's be open-minded emoji, "Neither, from the information I have right now. It looks like you're the fourth, and I'm the fifth, me." Is this obscure text even real? While I was still in shock, she asked again, "Are you free to meet tomorrow? Let's set a time to find the second and third together." Wait, let me process this. Was all of this real? My boyfriend of 2 years, the one I was about to meet the parents with, the one I was about to marry, he actually had a whole group of girlfriends. I wasn't his exclusive. I was just on a rotation. "So sis, are you in?" When I didn't reply, she asked again, even if what she said was true. Going to find the second and third felt a little twisted, didn't it? But she was very open-minded about it, sending several messages to persuade me. No, I think this is exciting. Not everyone gets to experience something like this. Most people are one-on-one, but we're different. There's strength in numbers, sis. We have to unite and prevent more people from being deceived. It's everyone's responsibility to fight against scumbags. How should I put it? The moment I learned Liam was cheating, I was shocked and devastated, but seeing her messages, I suddenly felt an inexplicable surge of determination. A thunderclap of justice exploded above my head, and from that moment on, I felt a new mission, to shoulder the happiness of humanity. I couldn't embarrass all the fourths in the world. I had to step up. Yes, that was it. I made up my mind. Okay, I'll listen to you. Let's meet tomorrow. Over the next while, she told me about her relationship with Liam and urged me to save all evidence of our relationship, as it would be useful later. According to her, her name was Luna, a game streamer, and Liam had been her top supporter for years, so it wasn't surprising they were together. But she accidentally discovered that Liam had more than one phone and more than one girlfriend. He would order several identical bouquets of flowers. He would have people buy several identical bags. He would repeatedly visit the same resort hotels. He even bought black stockings from the same online store in bulk. Originally, she couldn't believe it either. After all, Liam had been quite good to her during their year plus together and had even mentioned meeting the parents and marriage. Then, during one date, they went to see Frozen 2, and when the sad scene with the mother came on, she reached for a tissue in her bag. Liam casually remarked, "Why do all of you only start crying at this part?" She instantly remembered a viral meme online. A guy had commented on a post about a blockbuster film, saying, "I tried my best. I took all the girls I was vaguely interested in to see it. In that moment, she suddenly understood everything. As if struck by lightning, that night, she got Liam to go drinking with her, found a way to get him drunk, then used his fingerprint to unlock his phone. She discovered his contact note for her on WhatsApp. Big-chested, empty-headed Luna 11.15. She froze for a few seconds, then immediately decided to take a cold shower. After that, she spent over 2 hours gathering information on the rest of us. And then she added me on WhatsApp, and just like that, the two of us talked for most of the night. All the information matched up. As dawn was just breaking, we couldn't stay awake any longer and finally went to sleep. I woke up the next day at 11:30 in the morning. I skipped breakfast, quickly got ready, and headed out. I felt a bit excited, even thrilled. It was, how to put it, like the anticipation of meeting an online crush, especially after chatting all night and realizing how well we got along. It was like we wished we'd met sooner. She was right. The connections between people are truly something else. When she saw me, she jogged over, she rushed up and gave me a big hug. Her first words were, "You really are just like his note said." What did he write? 4th, 25. Pfft. Gentle and intellectual. My ass. Thanks a lot, Liam. I'm just an online novelist, barely even a writer by traditional standards. So, what about the other sis? My curiosity was piqued. What notes did he have for them? Let me think. The third should be the pure campus belle, the high-maintenance type Sophia, and the second is the cold-blooded force of nature. What was her name? Oh right, Victoria. Cold-blooded force of nature? I'd actually really like to meet her. Victoria, that name sounds familiar. That one is probably Liam's childhood sweethearts. They grew up together and even had a pre-arranged engagement. Does she know about us? Why don't we go ask her? As she spoke, she pulled out a large blueprint from her bag and spread it out on the coffee shop table. Clearly written on it were the 4 big words, Operation. Looking it over, the plan meticulously detailed information about each of Liam's girlfriends, including but not limited to where they lived, what they did for work, how they met Liam, how long they'd been together, and their hobbies. I was completely stunned. My jaw dropped. How could she have collected so much information in such a short time? My sis is a true genius, capable of great things, according to the plan. Our next step is to find the third. She circled Sophia's name on the battle map with her pen. Come on, let's go now, to her school. I nodded firmly, feeling that surge of determination again. On the way, I asked her, Liam won't suspect that we met, will he? No, he won't. It's his mother's birthday today, so he has to be with her. If I'm not mistaken, Victoria should be there too. Victoria who? The second, the force of nature. Oh right, I forgot. My apologies, I'm still new to this operation. We exchanged a glance, then burst out laughing in unison. It was strange, but I found her incredibly cute, and I was genuinely happy to be with her. Yes, Sophia was indeed the campus belle of the School of Arts, truly beautiful, as stunning as a celebrity. When she saw the two of us, she was completely bewildered. She thought it was some new kind of scam, until calmly pointed to the Chanel 19 bag on Sophia's back and said, "We all have that bag. Liam bought it back from France for us. Did he tell you he bought it especially for you? And did he tell you he was going to meet the parents with you and wanted to marry you? He also took you to Orlando's Disney and a private island resort. Your birthday is August 20th. He gave you an Hermes black and silver Birkin bag. Last year, he gave you a Cartier bracelet. For your 1-year anniversary, he gave you 999 red Freedom roses. Last week, he even took you to see Frozen 2. And when the sad scene with the mother came on, he handed you a tissue beforehand. Stop talking." She looked like she was about to shatter, her eyes starting to redden. "What are you telling me all this for? What's your purpose? Coming to find me?" I answered honestly. What purpose could there be? Of course, it's to make you see his true colors and stop being deceived. So what if I'm deceived? Is the money he spent on me fake? Who cares what's real or fake? Whether he loves this one or not, or if he's dating several people at once, I simply don't care, okay? Luna and I exchanged a look. We completely hadn't expected her to react this way. After a moment, she just threw caution to the wind and told us directly, "All I care about is his money. I need his money, so I'm not participating in your plan." And also she stood up, preparing to leave. "I don't mind if you to break up with him and I continue to be his girlfriend. I wish he only had me. If he proposed to me, I'd say yes." "No. I don't get it. Do you love him that much?" Luna also stood up, her emotions escalating. What's there to love about a scumbag like him? Aren't you afraid he'll catch something outside and give it to you? No. So what if he catches something? It won't be worse than my current situation anyway. She practically ran off in tears. Luna and I looked at each other stunned. I couldn't believe such a beautiful girl could be so spineless. What has she been through to have such a view on relationships and marriage? And why was she so desperate for money? My gut told me Sophia definitely had a story, or rather, a hidden hardship. All my questions were soon answered, because before we could go find the second Victoria, the eldest daughter of the Zhang who had a pre-arranged engagement with Liam, proactively sought us out. She told us she knew about our plan and didn't mind upgrading it. She wanted to go big. It turned out that Liam's Liang was facing a financial crisis and needed an urgent strategic marriage with the Zhang. Victoria wasn't willing. She wanted to seize this opportunity to directly take over the Liang. I even suspected the Liang's crisis was because of her. She wasn't a force of nature at all. She was clearly a decisive and capable businesswoman. She was so cool. Will you help me? She looked earnestly at Luna and me. After it's done, I'll give each of you 5 million as compensation. How much? 5 million? I swallowed, my eyes practically sparkling. Is that for real? Of course. I'm sick of being a pawn in men's power struggles. In ancient times, women were arranged marriage for political alliances. In modern times, they're forced into strategic marriages. Who the hell wants to be a pawn? Why should women be pawns? What I've always wanted from the very beginning is to be at the top of the food chain, the one who sets the rules. Luna and I listened, completely stunned. What to do? Victoria's appearance seemed to ignite us even more. We were completely fired up. Okay. Well, do whatever you say. Luna took my hand and told Victoria firmly. Just then, our phones simultaneously received a WhatsApp message from Liam. We exchanged glances in unison. It seemed the game had officially begun. In his WhatsApp message, he said he was feeling down and wanted to go abroad to clear his head. The difference was, he told Luna he was going to Norway to see the northern, and he told me he was going to the Alps in Switzerland to herd sheep. Everything else was identical. How should we reply? We both looked at Victoria. After a moment's thought, she said to Luna, you tell him your family is pressuring you to go on blind dates, and you have no choice. Pressure him about whether he's serious about marrying you. If he is, go with him. Otherwise, you don't want to waste any more time. As for you, she turned to me and continued. You reply that you can go, ask him when he's leaving. Then tell him you need to build up a backlog of chapters. So you won't be able to meet often during that time. Then, after a while, ask him if he's really serious about marrying you. We nodded obediently. We asked her why she arranged it this way. She said, first, we can't let him know that we're aware of each other's existence. Second, make him believe you both want to marry him. So he'll let his guard down. Then, I'll proceed with the wedding as scheduled with him. And then, I know. Luna suddenly stood up, excited. Then we'll all show up wearing wedding dresses, just like in the movies. Oh my God. That's so thrilling. We rolled our eyes in exasperation. She chuckled and sat down. My bad. I just got a little excited. Where were we? I reminded Victoria. We were talking about proceeding with the wedding as scheduled, and then what? Then, ding-a-ling, Victoria's phone suddenly rang at that moment. She stood up to answer it, then told us, I have to go. Something came up. Remember to do what I just told you, and try to get Sophia to join our group chat. Okay, don't worry. We'll get it done. Soon after she left, Liam replied to the messages. He told Luna that he was indeed serious about marrying her. Luna pretended to be thrilled and asked him when they would go look at wedding dresses. He said H'd arrange it as soon as he had time. As for me, he said no problem. Wait for me to finish building up a backlog of chapters. Then we'd schedule a time to go to Switzerland together. So during this time, I said to Luna with a sly grin, raising an eyebrow, you'll have to put up with our boyfriend for a bit. She looked utterly defeated yet resigned to her fate. Don't worry, for the greater good I'll endure. Things went fairly smoothly. Over the next period, Liam indeed showed no suspicion. When he took Luna to look at wedding dresses, he said many heartfelt things to her, telling her his greatest dream in this life was to marry her and bring her home, that she was the girl he wanted to marry the moment he saw her. He even said that if his wish came true, he would feel his life was complete. When played the recording for us, we nearly threw up from disgust. But honestly, if we hadn't known about each other, we might have truly felt like the happiest women in the world. After all, His profound affection didn't seem faked at all. If that kind of acting were in Hollywood, H have swept all the awards by now, of course. He wasn't just focused on Luna. He would also send me good morning and good night messages at regular times and ask about my backlog of chapters. And when we'd meet, he even told me domineeringly, "Why work so hard? I'm rich enough to support you completely. Also, I've already arranged for someone to follow up on your novel being adapted into a film. Just wait. It'll make you famous sooner or later." Having such a talented wife, I'm truly honored. Damn it. He had actually said things like that many times before, during our 2 years together. He truly made me feel that he loved me with all his heart. He would say my heart went out to me and he could support me, and at the same time, he supported me with his actions. You could say he was exactly my ideal boyfriend. Handsome, rich, generous with his money, understood me, loved me wholeheartedly, willing to give me a tangible future with his actions, and so on. Honestly, I didn't understand. How could someone be so schizophrenic? I found it hard to imagine, hard to believe, that someone who loved me so genuinely could simultaneously love several other women, making each of them believe his love for them was true. No, I couldn't think about it anymore. I'd start crying. Forget it. What's done is done. Dwelling on it wouldn't help. I just had to accept it. During that time, besides dealing with Liam, Luna and I often met up. We never expected to run into Sophia at a bar one time, drinking her sorrows away. She was chugging drinks one after another, her face flush red. There was a seductive, broken kind of beauty about her. Just as I was about to go say hello, I suddenly saw her being forcibly dragged away by a middle-aged man. She resisted fiercely but was powerless to fight back. Seeing this, Luna and I immediately followed them. "How long has it been since you were home? You have money to drink here, but no money to send to I'm the one who." The middle-aged man grabbed Sophia's long, wavy hair and yanked her down hard. "You ungrateful brat, have you forgotten who raised you and your brother? If I'm the one who hadn't been kind back then, you'd have been sold into human trafficking by now." Because of his excessive force, Sophia was forced to look up at the sky, her face upturned. I noticed tears silently sliding from the corners of her eyes. What was strange was that she showed no signs of struggling. It was as if she were used to it. Luna couldn't bear to watch anymore. She muttered a curse, then without a word, rushed forward and attacked him. But she was clearly no match for him. Seeing she was about to get hurt, I noticed an empty beer bottle by the side of the road. Without thinking, I picked it up and smashed it over his head. Bang! The beer bottle shattered, breaking the night's silence. While he was screaming and clutching his head in pain, we grabbed Sophia's hand and hurried away from the scene on a deserted overpass. Sophia watched the traffic below and told us her story. It turned out the middle-aged man was her uncle. She and her younger brother had been raised by their aunt and uncle. Her aunt had been relatively kind to her, but she passed away from colon cancer 2 years prior. Since then, uncle had started gambling, accumulated massive debts, and constantly abused them. "What about your parents?" I asked, my heart going out to her. "Don't they care about you?" "They're dead." Her voice was unnervingly calm. "They were killed at a construction site." After a long silence, Luna tentatively asked her, "So you need money so badly to help him pay off his debts?" "Me help him? I wish H just die. I'm doing it for—" Her voice dropped, clearly choked with tears. "I'm doing it for my brother. He's sick. He's in the ICU right now. And he needs money just to barely sustain his vital signs. He's the only family I have left in this world. I can't give up on him. Do you understand?" "We understand. Then please, stop trying to take Liam from me, okay?" Luna and I simply couldn't believe our ears, staring at her in shock simultaneously. She practically sobbed as she whispered, "I'm not like you. I went through a lot to get with Liam. As long as he's willing to give me money, willing to be with me, I'll do anything. But no buts." She cut me off sharply. "Whatever you do, don't involve me. I even wish I'd both break up with him, and then I'd have him all to myself." Luna and I exchanged glances, wanting to say something more, but she turned and left. Before she left, she repeatedly emphasized that we shouldn't come looking for her again. After we got back, we told Victoria about Sophia in the group chat. She replied with just one sentence, "That's simple. It's just money, isn't it?" Liam isn't the only rich person in this world. The next day, we cornered Sophia at her part-time job. It was at an auto show. Working as a car model, she was wearing very little, and quite a few bald old men were touching her thighs. but she didn't seem to mind, just like last time. She seemed irritated when she saw us, even when we offered her money, telling her to name her price. She just looked at us with disdain and told us firmly, "I beg you, put away your self-righteousness, okay? What makes you think you can buy me with money? Liam not only gives me money, but he also sleeps with me. And he's really good in bed. I'm addicted, understand?" And she almost warned us, "If you truly care about me, then don't touch him again, not even once. He can only sleep with me. He's mine alone. Are you crazy?" Luna was clearly angry, scolding her. "Are you that desperate for a man? We can find you plenty, as many as you want, until you're satisfied. I only want Liam." I looked at her, speechless. "You didn't genuinely fell in love with him, did you?" She paused, then yelled at me, "So what if I did? Is that a problem? I love him so much I don't mind sharing him. Satisfied? Now can you leave?" With that, she turned and left. She looked like an enraged leopard. Damn it. Luna kicked the railing by the road with a bang, muttering, "She must have been born spineless in her last life, acting like she's never seen a man before, eating up anything. Not even a pig is that undiscriminating. It's fine, don't get angry." I pulled Luna away and reported the situation truthfully in the group chat to Victoria. She didn't say anything, just told us the wedding date. It was very soon, at the beginning of next month. And that same month, Liam seized the opportunity to take me to Switzerland, just as H promised, to herd sheep in the Alps. Although I was inwardly resistant, I went for the greater good. To my surprise, on the very first day, he got down on one knee and proposed to me, holding up a 10-carat flawless diamond. We were at the foot of the Alps, sheep grazed freely, and a stream flowed by. Everything was unbelievably beautiful. This scene, I had described it to him countless times before I knew I was just his fourth. Unfortunately, he had fulfilled his promise to me, but I only felt disgusted. With his wedding to Victoria fast approaching, he was still proposing to me, clearly just wanting to continue an improper relationship after marriage. He wanted all of us, Luna, Sophia, and me, plus any other sixths, sevenths, or eighths we didn't know about. Even though I knew what he was thinking, I pretended to be very surprised and excited, letting him put the ring on my finger, then gently giving him a hug. He tightened the hug, spinning me around in circles. That night, he wanted to get intimate. I told him I was on my period and it wasn't convenient. He said I couldn't fool him, as my period wasn't due for another week. See, he was still so thoughtful, remembering my cycle clearly, but I still risked his anger and firmly refused. I don't know why. Sophia's repeated emphasis, "He can only sleep with me. None of you touch him," kept echoing in my ears. My intuition told me that this sentence might have a deeper meaning. Perhaps we had all misunderstood Sophia. My hunch was soon confirmed, but before that, her actions once again shocked us, completely shattering our perception of her. Liam and Victoria's wedding proceeded as scheduled. It was held on a sparsely populated but incredibly scenic private island. Although it was a small-scale, private event, Victoria still invited several influential media outlets to film it. Ostensibly for commemorative purposes, as planned, we appeared simultaneously in wedding dresses when the officiant announced the exchange of rings. Not only that, but the large screen behind us, which had originally shown their wedding photos, now displayed various details of Liam's relationships with us. The crowd erupted in an uproar. All the friends and family present were dumbfounded. The pre-arranged media furiously snapped photos of Liam's panic-stricken face. He was clearly terrified, his voice even hoarse as he tried to defend himself. "Who are you? I don't even know you," he practically roared at us. "Oh, I get it. You were sent by my competitors, weren't you? Trying to ruin my reputation? Or trying to destroy the Liang? I'm telling you." I slapped before he could finish. He was met with a solid slap from Victoria. The crowd fell silent for a moment. With reddened eyes, she told him heartbreakingly, "Liam, we grew up together. And we've had a pre-arranged engagement since childhood. Ask yourself, haven't I been good to you all these years? Hasn't our Zhang family been good to you? Is this how you repay me? No, listen to me." He grabbed Victoria's hand, trying to argue. Slap. The other side of his face received another slap. "What else is there to explain?" she shrieked, pointing at the large screen behind them. "Aren't these proofs enough? These are all fake. They can be fabricated. You have to believe me. I really don't know them." "Liam." Luna stepped forward, holding up the hem of her wedding dress, her voice tearful. "You don't know me. Was everything between us fake? You were the one who took me to the wedding dress shop. You were the one who personally chose this wedding dress for me. And you even said you wanted to marry me the moment you saw me. Come on, everyone, listen, see if he said it himself. See if I'm lying. With that, she held up her voice recorder and started playing the recording. It was the exact segment recorded at the wedding dress shop. Liam was clearly flustered but still defiant, saying recordings could be synthesized at that moment. I gave a signal and played the video of him proposing to me at the foot of the Alps directly on the large screen. Yes, I had secretly filmed it. With this, he had no defense and instantly turned ashen. But that wasn't all. The hotel doors suddenly pushed open, and Sophia also walked in, wearing a wedding dress. In her hand, she held a medical record, with various test results tucked inside. She gracefully walked to the center of the stage, holding up the medical record book, and spoke to the crowd and media below. Hello everyone, my name is Sophia, and I'm a senior university student. This is my pregnancy test result. I'm carrying Liam's child. He said he would marry me and give me and our child a complete family, but I don't know why he's having a wedding with someone else here, Liam. She looked at Liam, her eyes brimming with tears. Can you explain this to me? Were all those things you said to me lies? What about me and our child? She spoke with such emotion, her performance so realistic. Tears began to fall in large drops the moment her voice trailed off. In that moment, I even wondered if she wasn't acting at all. But was the pregnancy real too? How was that possible? Was she trying to use the child to force Liam to marry her? Up until this point, the scene had completely erupted. Before could reply to Sophia, his father furiously lunged at him and started hitting him. You beast. You've completely disgraced our Liang family name. The company is going to be ruined because of you. I'll beat you to death. Due to his extreme agitation, his blood pressure skyrocketed. He ended up directly fainting, just like that, Mr. Robert was rushed to the hospital for emergency treatment, and Mrs. Margaret, crying hysterically, was escorted after him. As for Liam, he tried to escape but was tightly surrounded by various media outlets. Cameras and microphones were aimed squarely at him. There was no escape, Mr. Liam, is it true that you're cheating on multiple women simultaneously? Is it true that you got a university student pregnant? Do you have anything to say to your bride? We heard that your marriage with the Zhang was a strategic marriage. Now that the marriage is ruined, what are the Zhang's future plans? There are rumors that the Zhang is on the verge of bankruptcy. Is that true? How do you plan to explain this to those girls? Besides them, do you have any other girlfriends? Mr. Liam, please answer, Mr. Liam. Surrounded by the throng, Liam was practically collapsing. He wildly swung his fists at the crowd, roaring, all of you shut up, get lost, all of you, get out. Well, I don't know if anyone else got lost, but we certainly took advantage of the chaos and got out of there. We rolled out to celebrate, but still didn't join us. We invited her to the group chat, but she never accepted. Could she really be pregnant with Liam's child? And was she truly determined to marry him? So, her showing up at the wedding with us to cause a scene was actually to force him into marriage? All these questions were soon answered, because one night, a few days later, Liam suddenly knocked on my door. He said his love for me was real, that his desire to marry me was real, and that his coming to apologize this time was also real. Of course, I didn't believe him. Luna had said in the group chat that he had also contacted her, but she happened to be out of town for something. To this day, he still kept everyone equally satisfied. Are you saying this to disgust me? I couldn't give him a pleasant look. Does it even matter if it's true or false anymore? I don't care at all. I just hope you never appear in my life again. Get as far away as possible. You're an absolute stain on my life, understand? As I was about to close the door, he suddenly grabbed the doorknob, yelling at me in a fit of rage. I thought you'd be different from other women. I thought you were smart, sensible, not so traditional. But I guess, Grace, I really overestimated you. What do you mean? I was completely bewildered by him. He shamelessly explained. So what if I have more than one girlfriend? So what if I'm married and have a wife and child? As long as we're in love, as long as we're happy and joyful together, isn't that enough? He looked at me with an expression of extreme disappointment. Marriage is just a shackles, a chain that restricts human nature. Why can't I have girlfriends just because I have a wife? Besides, it's not like I can't afford to have so many girlfriends. I can provide money, I can provide love. Why can't you all coexist harmoniously? I couldn't be bothered to say another word to him. I felt like this person was completely unhinged. I pried his fingers off one by one, pushed him out, and warned him one last time before closing the door. If you ever dare to harass me again, I'll call the police. Unsurprisingly, the three of us simultaneously blocked him from all our contacts. During that time, we kept watching the situation unfold online, enjoying the spectacle of his entire family. However, Sophia was the exact opposite of us. As she wished, we all broke up with Liam. He truly belonged to her alone. She even intertwined her fingers with his and flaunted their relationship on social media, saying, "As long as you still love me, that's enough." Alright, well, I guess we should respect other people's choices, as long as she was happy. However, not long after, I heard that her child was gone, and it happened in a hotel. From the photos circulating online, the person who accompanied her out of the hotel didn't seem to be Liam. Instead, it was one of Liam's business partners. What their exact relationship was and what happened in the hotel remained unknown, but even more outrageous things were yet to come. About a few months later, Liam's body was found to have the HIV virus, followed by various illnesses, and doctors directly declared a grim prognosis, telling his family to prepare themselves. Everything happened suddenly. His mother cried until she passed out several times. His father was also hospitalized repeatedly due to high blood pressure. It could be said that their family was completely ruined. All their companies, big and small, were practically acquired by Victoria. The former Liang no longer existed. From now on, there would only be the Zhang, only Victoria. So during that time, she was busier than ever. She also finally proved to her parents that a girl could make a name for herself through her own capabilities, and wasn't merely valuable for strategic marriage or as a pawn. She was busy with her affairs. Luna and I, meanwhile, were planning where to go to unwind. After all, after Miss Victoria transferred the 5 million in compensation she had promised us, we felt a bit giddy for a moment and couldn't help but want to splurge. We finally decided to go to Antarctica. Before we left, we heard bombshell news. Sophia was also not long for this world. She also had the HIV virus in her body, or rather, Liam's virus was actually transmitted by her. It was said that during the time the company went bankrupt, Liam, in order to raise funds, didn't hesitate to sweet-talk Sophia, making her use her body to win over those people, even though she was already pregnant at the time, and for some unknown reason, she actually agreed. Her child was also lost at that time. The virus must have also been contracted then. A disheartened Sophia ultimately decided to take Liam down with her. This was how Liam later contracted the disease. But I always felt things weren't that simple. After all, long before that, when Luna and I went to see her, she had repeatedly emphasized to us that Liam was hers, and none of us could touch him. Is it possible that, from the moment she found out Liam betrayed her, she had already decided to get revenge on him? By not letting us touch Liam, was she actually protecting us? But doing so was perhaps too extreme, even going so far as to take him down with her, sacrificing her life for a man. It couldn't be, right? I couldn't understand it, so I didn't think further on it. However, not long after returning from Antarctica, I heard the news that Sophia had passed away. She had also left a letter for Luna and me. The letter's general content said that she was very grateful that night at the bar entrance when Uncle tried to hit her. Luna and I were there to help her, saying it was the first time in her life anyone had stood up to protect her. It was also at that moment she had decided to take revenge on Liam by herself, because between her and Liam, there was still a deep-seated grudge. It turned out that the construction site where her parents had their accident years ago was a project contracted by the Liang. She later approached him for revenge, but at that time, her younger brother was diagnosed with leukemia and needed a lot of money, which was why she forced herself to be in a relationship with him, but toyed with the feelings of many women, and for his own benefit, he used her as a tool to gain power, for example, by sending her to his business partner's beds. That is to say, her desire for Liam's death wasn't a recent development. She was happy to learn she was infected. She felt that fate was helping her, and she could finally take him down with her. She said, "I never thought the only warmth in my life would come from two complete strangers. Thank you for protecting me and for being willing to help me. I hope we can be friends in the next life." She also said, "Don't be sad for me. This was my choice. My brother passed away from leukemia, and I have nothing left to long for. I'm so tired. I just want to reunite with my parents as soon as possible, even if it's in heaven." After reading all this, Luna and I cried our hearts out for a long time. All the details we hadn't understood before now made sense. It turned out she wasn't hopelessly romantic at all. She wanted not just Liam's money, but also his life. When we went to visit her gravesite, Luna suddenly said, "You should write down our experience. I hope you can give Sophia a good ending. I don't want her to lie here forever." I was just thinking the same thing. So half a year later, I wrote a novel titled His Girlfriends. The final ending was, later, the four of us created a group chat. We not only spent his money lavishly but also often met up to play poker. Everyone was hurt in this relationship, but in the end, no one was hurt in this relationship. Without exception, we all moved on.